This next contest is scheduled for one fall, and it will determine the #1 contender for the PCW Championship.
What in the world are you doing?
Listen, I want to apologize for how that ended. I wanted to bring the kid, Alex Jordan, out in front of these people that he nearly suffered a catastrophic injury in front of a month ago. Give him a special moment. Let the fans see him on his 2 feet. And Mickey Valentino, unfortunately, went in business for himself. Well, that's a story that we'll be following a little bit later on tonight, but right now the most important thing in this company is the #1 contendership for the Premier Championship Wrestling Premier title. J-Rocc, the Big Daddy of Destruction, told me in the center of the ring he could defeat anybody. You could count on one hand the amount of people who can beat J-Rocc and have a lot of fingers left over. Well, we'll see if J-Rocc can live up to that here tonight, because 2 events in a row here in Turner's Hall, J-Rocc has been pinned by Sonny Vice. J-Rocc let me put him up against anybody. Just so happened I already decided Sonny Vice deserves to be #1 contender. If J-Rocc can get by Sonny Vice tonight, you know what? I'll concede. J-Rocc will get a title shot next month. Now let's meet the man that's had J-Rocc's number for a couple of months now. Seems like Sonny's been loosening up in the back a little bit, get his confidence up. Whatever he's been doing these past few months, it's been working. And Sonny Vice, he's gotten let's say he's come out of his shell a little bit more in the past few months. He's gotten more confident. He's gotten more focused with that confidence. And he's got a laid-back attitude sometimes. He's got a party lifestyle sometimes. But I don't think Sonny Vice has been any better than he's been here in 2017. And you can look at his matchup at the Welterweight Wrestling pay-per-view and his series with J-Rocc as evidence of that.
Well, I'm not going to deny the fact that Sonny Vice has been impressive. I'm not going to deny the fact that he's really brought his A game, but you must have something with getting people hurt. First of all, Alex Jordan is going to get hurt. I apologize. I was thrown for a loop on that. The kid's making stupid decisions. Speaking of, for Sonny Vice to go in there with J-Rocc and anger him not only once, but anger him a second time, you're going to get this kid hurt too.
Listen, you think Sonny Vice is against this match? You think Sonny Vice complained when I said, hey, you get to face J-Rocc one more time and prove yourself? No, he was all, oh. Hey! Sonny Vice showing he's not going to be pushed around. J-Rocc has, I don't even know what it is, 16, 17-year experience advantage on Sonny Vice. Sonny Vice not going to be intimidated. Vice is 1 win away from the biggest match of his career. If Andrew Palace successfully retains the Premier Championship later on tonight, he will defend against the winner of this matchup. And I'll tell you what, Andrew Palace against either of these men is a matchup that I'd look forward to seeing.
Well, Joe, something I said earlier about this, the Crimson and Remy LeVay match not being a textbook matchup, so to speak. This is starting off very similar the same way. Both men have something to prove here. And I'll admit, I think the man that has more to prove at this point is J-Rocc, because you mentioned you can count on one hand the number of people that have beaten him and still have fingers left over. And I know what finger he would like to give Sonny Vice right now.
Yeah, well, that's J-Rocc's words and not mine. Let's point that out.
But you reiterated his words.
I reiterate. J-Rocc not in a good mood. Anytime he looks at Sonny Vice, it's like his entire demeanor just changes.
You know, I can understand that. Looking at Sonny Vice puts me in a bad mood, too.
I see. Well, if Sonny Vice is the #1 contender by the end of the night, you and J-Rocc may have to have a mutual pity party somewhere.
Yeah, well, you know what? We wouldn't invite you. How about that?
Thank you. J-Rocc sends Sonny Vice out of the ring. Momentum there was key, as J-Rocc showing some of that power.
now mocking the people as well. And
mocking the people, mocking Sonny. Collar elbow once again. J-Rocc calls himself the King of Cleveland, in a position to try to prove it in this matchup, and if he is successful, the subsequent matchup. Hard tackle by J-Rocc. Pace quickens at maybe advantage Vice. Dueling hip lock attempts. Who's going to get it? Oh, Sonny Vice does. Sends J-Rocc all the way to the floor.
You know, I think in the matches that Sonny Vice has had with J-Rocc, I think he's learned a thing or two. You saw counter to counter to counter to counter, and ended up with J-Rocc tumbling to the outside.
And favoring what looks to be his forearm. J-Rocc a little bit embarrassed, perhaps, as Sonny Vice sends J-Rocc in the hard way.
Well, now, this is the kid that you're praising. Why couldn't he let J-Rocc take his time getting in the ring?
J-Rocc was taking forever to get in the ring. Sonny Vice is an eager young kid. He wants to prove himself by beating the self-proclaimed King of Cleveland, a near 20-year veteran.
Well, it's not the self-proclaimed. He is the King of Cleveland. There's that basketball player guy. He's second place to J-Rocc.
Well, I would say the king of Premier Championship Wrestling right now would be Andrew Palace, wouldn't you?
Well, he's certainly on the top of the mountain, no doubt about it. And hopefully he's keeping one eye on this match and the other eye on his matchup tonight.
Blatant pull the hair there. Andrew Palace has an open contract, doesn't know his opponent for later on tonight.
Did you say Sonny Vice just pulled J-Rocc's hair?
I did not say that.
Well, you said pull the hair. Kind of figured.
Hard knife edge chop from Sonny Vice. Thing is, when Sonny Vice gets in the ring with J-Rocc, his aggression is upped as well. It's almost like every part of Sonny's game increases. And J-Rocc is in a bad way.
We'd have to think that part of that, you know, you think of some of the names that J-Rocc is responsible for or has done battle with. He's done epic wars with Tracy Smothers, Samoa Joe, responsible for the likes of Ray Rowe from Ring of Honor, Shane Taylor from Ring of Honor. Oh, jeez. So just being in there with him, you're going to school.
Modified Tiger Bomb. Could this be all? J-Rocc to end no.
Well, I don't want to question a veteran's motives or his actions, but he really should have hooked the leg there. You know, when you're looking to gain a title shot, and I'll admit Sonny Vice is, no doubt about it, a hell of a competitor, you can't just take him lightly, and J-Rocc should know that. Hopefully not letting his emotions get the better of him.
I would think deep down inside J-Rocc does know that, even if J-Rocc doesn't want to admit it to J-Rocc. I mean, this guy was pinned twice in a row by somebody that he views, he being J-Rocc, as not even being in his league. J-Rocc feels that Sonny Vice is so far beneath him that he shouldn't even be in the same ring at the same time as Big Daddy Obstruction.
And Joe, let me ask you, how many times have you given it up for this matchup?
For this matchup?
Yes, or today. How many times have you given it up for J-Rocc?
This is a great matchup. You know what? I'm not going to give up anything for J-Rocc. J-Rocc's going to have to earn anything he gets.
Well, you can bet if I were the boss, I'd be giving it up multiple times.
You were the boss, I'd be unemployed.
Ah,
Side Russian leg sweep. Nice float over into the cover. 2 count only. And again, is this ego, or is this trying to show off, or is this trying to make a statement here, not hooking the leg on Sonny Vice?
well, I think it may be a little bit of all of those, but he's got to be the smart man's wrestler here. J-Rocc, King of Cleveland, almost 20 years experience. He should know better. And like I said, I don't want to question his actions, but I think Sonny Vice might be under his skin.
Oh, to say the least. I mean, do you remember that reaction, the look on J-Rocc's face when I announced Sonny Vice as his opponent for this matchup a month ago?
I absolutely do. I remember there was a point where he had some unkind things to say to you, too.
Yeah, I think that was the whole segment.
Well, I like to remember those good times. You know, a lot of people seem angry with you. You know, there's Nate Matson, there's Nicky Valentino, there's J-Rocc, there's me. You know, I'm not one to gossip, but should have heard what some of the guys were saying.
Yeah, I bet. Well, it's a thankless job, but you know what? Well, J-Rocc!
Now that is not #1 contendership material right there.
J-Rocc is off balance and in a sensitive location. He hits very, very awkwardly. You can make a list of anybody who doesn't like me, but the bottom line is these fans are happy, and these fans are what count, and these fans will be elated if Sonny Vice can pull this thing out.
Well, now I know you're a liar. Not a single one of these fans can count, I guarantee it.
I'll look at J-Rocc.
Now that's #1 contendership material right there.
Are you serious? Oh, whoa. We saw J-Rocc use a pile driver to Sonny Vice after their matchup a month ago. Now from the second rope, are you kidding me? Shades of another J-Rocc opponent he's beaten over the years, Chris Hamrick. This might be the end of Sonny Vice's career, but Sonny Vice thankfully able to get out of it. High enziguri kick, and J-Rocc takes a very hard tumble, but man, this matchup was almost in the bag for J-Rocc. Sonny Vice's career was almost over.
Well, I don't know if that was just a fact of luck or of defensive strategy or what it was, but Sonny Vice saved himself, no doubt.
Here comes Sonny Vice, a suicide dive, and J-Rocc collides with Vice, hits the guardrail. J-Rocc is completely out of sorts, and we may be moments away from Sonny Vice going 3 for 3 against the Big Daddy of Destruction. Another suicide dive.
Certainly not going the way J-Rocc intended. May or may not make these people happy.
Try to tell me Sonny Vice isn't #1 contender material now. There's a third one.
Well, the kid's showing me something. I'm not afraid to admit it. Obviously, I'm pulling a little bit more for J-Rocc here. Bias aside, I am calling things down the middle as the broadcast journalist that I am, but the kid's impressive. He's taking it to the veteran, and when you're a young kid, that's all you can ask.
A fourth. Well, I think the official has had enough with the flagrant activity on the outside of the ring.
That might be the first smart thing that Potato's done all night.
It's a questionable call, but look at Sonny Vice. Vice goes up the official tope and hilo. You're not going to stop this kid from achieving his dream.
Now he should be disqualified. The match should go to J-Rocc. Joe, ring the bell.
Absolutely not.
Okay, fine. I'll go ring the bell.
You stay here. You're not allowed within 20 feet of that ring. You know that. Sonny Vice. Gonna take a chance. Could be that overhead neck breaker. No, crossbody instead. Sonny Vice has him. No. You can see that Sonny Vice wants to go in for the kill. Sonny Vice could sense the end near. Immediately went for that crossbody into the lateral press, but hands on the hip. Sonny Vice frustrated here. He could sense himself so close, but still, the resolve of the veteran, keeping the Big Daddy of Destruction, J-Rocc, alive.
Well, he was about a spider's leg away from being the #1 contender.
Oh, I think Sonny Vice may have been going for the neck breaker that time. J-Rocc caught him. One hitter quitter. No. J-Rocc drops down. J-Rocc gonna steal it. Oh, thankfully the official detects it. And Vice now uses the momentum sunset flip for 2.
Well, you would have had to give the assist there. This is the worst officiating I've ever seen.
Oh, there goes a pile driver. Now Vice counters. Jackknife pin. Jackknife pin. 2 count again. Oh, what back and forth action. You can sense what the Premier Championship means to both these athletes. Wait, what's J-Rocc doing?
I don't see anything on my end, Joe.
I think J-Rocc has something in his hand. He pulled out of his trunks. That looks to be a steel chain, by the way. J-Rocc sent him to the corner. Vice still fighting for everything he's got here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, J-Rocc pulled the official.
That was awesome. Oh, that's awesome.
J-Rocc pulled the official in harm's way and may have just summarily cost Sonny Vice this matchup. J-Rocc with a chain around his fist. Sonny counters. J-Rocc has dropped the chain.
Oh, wait a minute. Sonny Vice just pulled out a chain, Joe. Look at that. Look.
That's J-Rocc's chain, and you damn well know it. Is Sonny Vice gonna... No, Sonny doesn't need it. Sonny doesn't need it. Inside cradle, but Sonny's working on instincts here. The official's still down.
Well, he may not need the chain, but he certainly needs a referee to count the 3 now, doesn't he?
Vice is keeping his focus here, undeterred. Don't take your eye off J-Rocc. Rocker, dropper, nicely done. Vice has this again, but there's no official. We need somebody out here. Somebody get a bucket of water poured on this referee or something, because we have a #1 contendership at stake. Sonny Vice's biggest match of his career is on the line right now. Oh, wait a second. Vice is with the official, and J-Rocc never lost sight of the chain. Oh, no! Straight to the side of the jaw.
The greatest right hand I've ever seen, Joe Dombrowski.
It wasn't a right hand, and you know it. Come on, kick out! Not like this! We have a new number one contender.
Here is your winner and the number one contender, J-Rocc.
Joe, not even Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao throws a right hand like J-Rocc just did.
Well, yeah, because they don't have a chain wrapped around their hand. J-Rocc will contend against the winner of the PCW Championship matchup later tonight, Andrew Palace and who knows who, but J-Rocc could be one win away from cementing his status as the King of Cleveland. I can't believe it.
Joe, look what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm giving it up one time, Daddy, for your number one contender.